I mean, lots of observations. The biggest spark for me was the real reluctance of a lot of groups to be transparent or open about the resource or cost issue. You know, there's no question that trying to improve end-of-life care is primarily focused on improving the patient's quality of death and their experience and that of their family members. But the equally important part of it is that there's also a lot of non-beneficial treatments and futile treatments we apply as a default option in people near the end of life. And frankly, where the resources are limited, we can use them better elsewhere. But I certainly sense in the dialogue that while I think almost everyone recognizes that that's an aspect of the problem, there's certainly a lot of nervousness or reluctance to have an open debate about it. And that may be a challenge as we move this forward. To me, the biggest thing, and I don't frankly have an easy answer for, is how do we change the culture around death and dying in our society in North America. And so what my observation is that we've evolved a system where the default pathway is we have technology, people are unwell, we should apply it without too much of a thought process. That's the default reflex. And oftentimes that's the right reflex and it will lead to good outcomes, but not always. And so somehow changing the default pathway by realigning systems so it best meets the needs of people who are living a prolonged death, which may last several years, because death is a lot different now than it used to be 100 years ago. If we reconfigure the system to meet the needs of those kinds of patients, maybe that would be a backwards way of then changing the culture, because patients will automatically experience a default pathway that's not necessarily, let's jump the gun and apply all this technology when it may not in fact be beneficial. So, one reflection.